did your malicious compliance drive someone insane? Our Homeowners Association president Dolores ruled our neighborhood like a dictator with a measuring tape and would fine people $300 for garden gnomes facing the wrong direction. She'd just slapped me with a violation notice claiming my beige house had faded beyond acceptable standards and demanded immediate repainting with $50 daily fines after 2 weeks. Dolores called an emergency meeting to clarify the painting rules after several rejections. Let me be absolutely clear, she announced, clicking through her PowerPoint of approved colors. Your homes may only be painted in approved earth tones from the official palette. These 16 colors are the only acceptable options, and I will personally inspect every paint job. She distributed laminated cards showing colors with names like Sahara Sunset and Tuscan Clay. My contractor buddy Javier studied that card like it contained nuclear codes, while Dolores droned on about paint sheen requirements. His eyes widened as he read the fine print, and after the meeting he pulled me aside. She said we can only use approved earth tones, right? I nodded, and he grinned. But she never said we had to use only one earth tone. Javier spent 3 days creating his masterpiece blueprint, calculating that my house had 2,400 square feet of paintable surface and dividing it into a grid of 1 square foot sections. He assigned each square a different approved color in a rotating pattern, ensuring no 2 adjacent squares matched, creating a digital mock-up that looked like someone had pixelated the desert. The painting crew arrived at dawn with 16 industrial paint sprayers and enough masking tape to gift wrap a shopping mall. They sectioned off my house like a giant checkerboard while Dolores watched from her property line, her face growing redder with each piece of tape. By noon, they'd started applying Sahara Sunset to precisely 150 scattered squares across the front facade, while neighbors set up lawn chairs to watch. Dolores screeched up in her golf cart just as they started the 7th color, a particularly vibrant canyon rose. "Stop this immediately!" she shrieked, waving her violation pad. "This is vandalism! This is an abomination!" Javier calmly handed her a copy of the HOA painting guidelines with certain phrases highlighted. "Show me where it says we can't use all the approved colors. We're only using earth tones from the official palette, exactly as specified." Dolores snatched the guidelines and read them 4 times, her lips moving silently as she searched for any prohibition against using multiple colors. She flipped through her massive HOA binder, checking subsections and addendums while the painters continued their work. "This is clearly not the intent of the rules," she spluttered. Javier shrugged and pointed to the laminated card. "The rules say approved earth tones only, and every single drop of paint on this house is an approved earth tone." The painting took 3 days to complete, and word spread through surrounding neighborhoods about what neighbors started whispering about as the rainbow house, though technically it was the beige house as every color was board-approved desert beige or brown. The painters finished creating a perfectly precise patchwork quilt that looked like a spreadsheet had mated with a sunset. Dolores spent a week measuring random squares with a color meter, desperately trying to find one unapproved shade, but every square matched the official palette perfectly. The next HOA meeting had record attendance, and the board voted unanimously to update the painting guidelines to specify that homes must be painted in one primary color with accents in a second approved color only. Dolores resigned as president 2 weeks later, and property values actually increased because my house became a tourist attraction. The new HOA president approached me about keeping it as a community landmark, and I told him I'd consider it for a lifetime exemption from all HOA fees and fines.